Most people who you ask will say that they know who Cesar Chavez was by name, and will have some idea that he was a leader and an activist. However, very few of them will know the full extent of his achievements and the achievements of those he worked with, planting the seeds of change that revolutionized the wages and working conditions of California's farm workers. The common assumption is that Cesar and the United Farm Workers Union, quote-unquote, won when California growers signed a union contract recognizing the UFW and their hard-fought demands for better wages and working conditions. While this may be true, their struggle didn't end there. The legacy of the farm worker movement that he and thousands of others helped build is still alive and flourishing. The new leaders of this legacy are the Chavistas, members of the Chavez Clubs, located in various schools across San Diego and Chula Vista. The mission of the Chavez Clubs is to inspire young people to believe in themselves and to know that they can make a difference. The clubs were founded by Carlos and Linda Legarrete in 2001, with the goal of bringing the experience they gained during their 12 years with the farm workers movement to today's youth, via community service, activism, and the 10 values.
I have used this in the whole school year, and since the first day of school in Cesar Chavez.
It's important to sacrifice things or something for others to help the world become better, or help somebody, or just make things better than it is now.
Helping kids help them learn and go through quicker.
We use Cesar Puede for all the things that we do. It is to go on and to never give up.
Nonviolence is important because, as we've learned here in Cesar Chavez Club, you can never solve a problem with violence. So instead, we would go at it, but with nonviolence, which is restraining ourselves from engaging another person, and rather talk it out.
Well, we don't know what people have been going through, so just by judging them for how they look isn't fair.
Because that's respecting others. What Cesar Chavez is trying to do is make all things equally, so how are you supposed to get a message by if you don't respect other people? That's like trying to move through someone, but then you push them.
Value number 8 of being proud is important because you always want to be happy about what you do, and you never want to regret other things that you do. You want to be positive, and positivity helps other people.
Knowledge and power is very important because it informs people to know stuff, and if they were ever to vote for something, they'll know what they're voting for.
I feel that being creative is really important, especially at our school. We don't always have enough resources to go to certain events, such as transportation or getting everyone to meet together, because a lot of our Chavistas are very involved. But being creative, everyone comes up with ideas to support the project, and eventually our event goes well.
The Chavistas are not only taught these values and projects by the Chavez Club staff, they also teach them to each other. Each club has its own elected officers who hold weekly or bi-weekly club meetings where the Chavistas learn to run a meeting, discuss issues, vote, learn the great practice of civic engagement, and most of all, respect the opinions of others. And the learning isn't limited to the classrooms either. The Chavistas participate in many diverse events, including the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, the Women's March, food and supply drives for the homeless, leadership conferences, community events and meetings, and one club has led a weekly Saturday Candyland cleanup for years. The annual Las Mananitas breakfast is also a favorite, where the Chavista officers meet many of San Diego's elected officials, labor and business representatives, and other community leaders. And the crown jewel of all of the trips that the Chavistas go on is the annual Washington, D.C. trip, which sends 55 selected Chavistas to the nation's capital for 6 days, where they visit national landmarks, meet with elected representatives, discuss contemporary issues with advocate groups, and tour various colleges.
I went to Washington, D.C. in 8th grade, which is a life-changing experience, and I've actually learned through my history class what I actually got to go see on that trip. So it's really impactful to what I learned in school as well.
Yes, I think more people should join these clubs because it can teach a lot to many people, and then one day when they are outside of school, they can teach other people too what the meanings and things are.
More people should join because it's very helpful and it could teach lots of kids about facts.
I think more kids should join Cesar Chavez because most of them don't realize that there are world problems going on. And with Cesar Chavez, they will learn more about those world problems specifically, and it'll help them get better in communication and kindness.
I think more people should join the Cesar Chavez Club because the opportunities that are provided here are hard to get anywhere else. And also because the more people we have helping out our community, the quicker and more efficiently we can get stuff done.
I think more kids should join clubs because it really helps a lot of kids and it helps them know the reason why things are happening with the law and the government. So they should really join the clubs.
I feel that more students should join these clubs. I really wish Cesar Chavez Club was an elective at our school so that more people can be inspired by his values and learn about the history of the farm workers movement and the civil rights movement and how they still impact our lives today. It's important to learn about our history, and it's important to learn skills to change our society today.